Hello students, welcome to My Dreams Academy. Today we will discuss about expected questions in RDBMS. Okay, right? So what are the expected questions in RDBMS, right? First one, the first question, when several users access the database at the same time, it is said to be what? There are options are connecting trap, concurrent sharing, okay, right? C1 integrated, dated, and D is the last one, database. Which one? Okay, right? When several users access the database. Number of users access the database. Okay. What is it? Means this process is concurrent process. Concurrent means continuously execute the processes, number of processes. Okay, right? Without waiting. Okay, అంటే ఇక్కడ ప్రాసెస్ అనేది అంటే యూజర్స్ కంటిన్యూగా ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవుతుంటారు డేటాబేస్ టు యాక్సెస్ ద డేటా ఫ్రమ్ ది డేటాబేస్ సర్వర్. ఓకే, రైట్? ఇస్ ద కాన్కరెంట్ ప్రాసెస్. ఓకే, ఇక్కడ క్వశ్చన్ ఏముంటుంది? సెవరల్ యూజర్స్, నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ యూజర్స్ యాక్సెస్ ద డేటాబేస్ ఎట్ ద సేమ్ టైమ్, నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ యూజర్స్ ఎట్ ద సేమ్ టైమ్ షేరింగ్ ద డేటా. ఓకే, రైట్? ఇక్కడ ఏముంది ఆన్సర్? కాన్కరెంట్ షేరింగ్. కాన్కరెంట్ మీన్స్ కంటిన్యూస్ ప్రాసెస్. ఓకే, రైట్? ఇస్ ద B1. ఓకే, రైట్? నెక్స్ట్ సెకండ్ వన్, ద ఎంటిటీ రిలేషన్షిప్ మోడల్ కమ్స్ అండర్ వాట్? A bit object based logical model, record based physical data model, and none. Okay, right? Entity ER model, entity relationship model comes under the what? Entity means what? What is an entity? Entity is a real world object. For example, student, university, employee or customer. Okay, yeah, real world object. Okay, right? Is a real world object. Object means first one, object based logical model or related record based is not a record based entity relationship. Okay, physical, not a physical data. Okay, right? It is object based logical model. Okay, right? Entity is an object based logical model. Okay, right? Next, third one, a weak entity set is meaningful, it is part of dash. A, one-to-one relationship, one-to-many relationship, many-to-many, and D, none of the above. Okay, what is the question? Weak entity. What is meant by weak entity? It does not depend on any other entity. Okay, right? That is called weak entity. Strong entity means it depends on, strong entity means it does not depend on any other entity. Weak entity means it depends on other entity. Okay, right? Weak entity depends on other entity. Okay, right? So weak entity means depending and one entity depends on other entity, other entities means, for example, parent, child. Okay, parent and child example తీసుకుందాం. Okay, right? Children are depending on parents. Okay, right? And employees are depending on chairman. Okay, and many number of employees, number of childrens, number of students. Okay, right? Number of employees depending on chairman, manager. And mean one manager and number of employees, two or more, one or more employees means one to many relationship. Okay, this relation is called one to many relationship. Okay, right? So a weak entity set is meaningful, it is part of what? One to many relationship. Okay, right? Okay, right? One to many relationship. One entity depending on one or more entities. Okay, right? Next, fourth one, the retrieve operation is part of. The retrieve operation is part of what? Retrieve means to retrieve the data from the database or table. Okay, to retrieve the values or data from the database. How to retrieve the data? from the table means select. Okay, right? Retrieve means select the particular columns in a table. Okay, right? So select command దేంట్లో ఉంటుంది ఇది? What are the SQL statements? DDL, DML, DCL, TCL. They are the SQL statements. Okay, right? So DML statements: insert, update, delete. Okay, insert, update, delete. Okay, so insert means to insert the data in your table. Update means modification. Okay, delete the rows from the table. Okay, not retrieve. Okay, right. Next, DDL, data definition language. Data definition language. Okay, what are the data definition language commands or statements? Create, alter, drop, truncate, rename. Okay, right? Okay, DDL command. Create, DDL. Okay, next to PL, procedural language. Next to host language, not PL. Okay, procedural language. Okay, DDL means what? Data definition language. Okay, right? So how many commands are there in DML? Insert, update, delete. Okay, right? So DDL, create, not retrieve in a DDL commands. Okay, right? Select is the optional in DML. యాక్చువల్గా DQL అని ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, డేటా క్వరీ లాంగ్వేజ్ ఆర్ డేటా రిట్రీవల్ లాంగ్వేజ్, DRL అని ఉంటుంది. అది ఆప్షనల్గా మనం సెలెక్ట్ కమాండ్ దేంట్లో ఉంటుంది? ఆప్షనల్గా DMLలో ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, నాట్ DDL, నాట్ PLI అండ్ హోస్ట్ లాంగ్వేజ్. ఓకే, DMLలో సెలెక్ట్ కమాండ్ అనేది ఆప్షనల్గా ఉంటుంది. లేదా DRL ఆర్ DQL. ఓకే, డేటా రిట్రీవల్ లాంగ్వేజ్, SQL select command and query. ఓకే, డేటా క్వరీ లాంగ్వేజ్ ఆర్ ఆప్షనల్గా DMLలో కూడా ఉంటుంది. మనం DMLలో కూడా మనం ఇది కమాండ్ అనేది రిప్రజెంట్ చేయొచ్చు, DML కమాండ్స్. ఓకే, రైట్? వాట్ ఈస్ ద కమాండ్? ద రిట్రీవ్ ఆపరేషన్ ఈజ్ పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ DML, డేటా మానిపులేషన్ లాంగ్వేజ్. నెక్స్ట్ ఫిఫ్త్ వన్, హౌ మెనీ data EF code rules are defined? Options are 10, 11, 12, 14. How many EF code rules are? 12. Okay, there are 12 EF code rules are there in database management system. Okay, right? Next, sixth one, which language is used to manipulate or access data in an organized way? Which language used to manipulate? Manipulate means changes, modifications. Okay, update or changes, modifications, right? Manipulation language. What is the abbreviation of DDL? Stands for data definition language. Data definition language, to define the data, right? Next to DML, data manipulation language, data control language. Okay, transaction control language, mean controlling the data from the database. Okay, right? What is the manipulation language? DML. Okay, right? B option. Okay, data manipulation language means to update the data in your table. Okay, right? It is a DML language. Okay, next to seventh one, to represent an entity set, attributes and relationship symbols. Okay, which of the following are the used in data RDBMS? Okay, A option, diamond, lines, ellipse. Okay, rectangles, ellipses, diamond. Okay, etc. Okay, right? What is the question? To represent the entity set. What is an entity? Entity is a real world object. Okay, it represented as rectangular form. Next to attributes is the properties of an entity. Okay, properties of an entity, it represented as ellipse. Okay, next relationship. Okay, relationship among two entities or two or more entities called relationship. It represented as what? Diamond shape. డైమండ్ షేప్. సో ఈ 4 ఆప్షన్లో మనకి ఏముంది? ఫస్ట్ రెక్టాంగులర్, లేదు డైమండ్ ఉంది, రాంగ్. ఓకే, బి రెక్టాంగులర్, ఓకే. నెక్స్ట్ ఎలిప్స్, ఓకే. నెక్స్ట్ వన్ డైమండ్ షేప్. ఓకే, దర్ ఆప్షన్ ఈస్ బి. rectangle is a entity. Okay, attributes represented as ellipse, relationship represented as diamond shape is the answer. Okay, right? These are the expected questions in RDBMS. Okay, right? Hello students. Okay na? Hello students, welcome to my dreams. The previous video we will discuss about we discussed about expected questions in RDBMS. Okay, so continuous in RDBMS. Okay, expected questions, right? So next question, SQL stands for A bit structural query language, sequential query language, structural question language, D sequential question language. Which one? Okay, SQL. S for structured, Q for query, L for language. Structured query language. And the structured query language. With A answer. Simple. Okay, right? Structured query language. Next, second one, the primary key is selected from. The primary key is selected from what? Primary key is selected from composite key determines tuple relation. Primary key. For example, a student table, student number 1, 2, 3, name, ID, branch. Okay, right? ఇక్కడ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ స్టూడెంట్ టేబుల్ తీసుకున్నాం. ఓకే, రైట్? దీంట్లో ఐడి నెంబర్, స్టూడెంట్ నెంబర్ అనేది ప్రైమరీ కీ. ఓకే, ప్రైమరీ కీ. ఓకే, దీస్ ఆర్ ద tuples, row or tuple, row or tuples. Okay, right? These are the tuples or rows. అంటే ఇక్కడ ఏంటి? ప్రైమరీ కీ is selected from the tuple or rows. tuple ఎక్కడ ఉంది? ఇది C, bit C. Answer C. Okay, composite key determinates tuple or relation. Okay, right? Next, right? Next one, a relation is considered as, relation means nothing but table. Okay, table is a two-dimensional. Okay, right? A relation is a two-dimensional table. A relation is a two-dimensional, right? So in the relation, the data organized in the form of two-dimensional table. Okay, right? A relation is a two-dimensional table. Okay, so answer is D. Okay, two-dimensional table, right? Next question, in the relational model, the relationships between relation or tables are created by what? Either composite key, A bit, B primary key, C candidate key, D foreign key. Okay. Relationship between relation or tables. Table 1, table 2, T1, T2, column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, column 2, column 3. Okay, the relation mean table. Okay, the relations between table 1, table 2, relation between table 1 and table 2. Refer the columns, reference is called. Okay, the relation between table 1 and table 2 or relations and relation between relation, okay, is called foreign key. So option unda manaku A option undi. First one A option, composite key, B primary key, C candidate key, D foreign key. Answer is foreign key. Okay, right? Next, fifth one, an attribute is an dash. Attribute means column, two-dimensional, row, key. These are the table columns, column names, column 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, columns or attributes. Columns అనొచ్చు లేదంటే attributes కూడా అనొచ్చు. Okay, right? Column or attributes. So attribute is a column of a what? Column of a table. Sorry, ఇక్కడ answer column. Okay, not two-dimensional, not a row, key. Right? Column. Okay, attribute is a column. Right? Next, a tuple or tuples is a dash. Tuple means rows, row or tuple. Okay, right? A tuple is a column, table, two-dimensional or row of a table. Tuple or row. Next, seventh one, the SQL command to create a table. The SQL command to create a table is what? Table, to creation of table. మనం టేబుల్ని ఎలా క్రియేట్ చేస్తాం? ఏ కమాండ్ యూజ్ చేస్తాం? క్రియేట్ కమాండ్. ఓకే, క్రియేట్ కమాండ్ ఏ లాంగ్వేజ్? విచ్ లాంగ్వేజ్? DDL. ఓకే, డేటా డెఫినేషన్ లాంగ్వేజ్. ఓకే, రైట్? క్రియేట్ the create table, create command. Use create command to create a table, new table. Okay, right? Next, eighth one, the SQL statement to create a view. How to create a view? Create view name as select. Okay, right? This is a syntax of view. Create view name. Okay, right? Create which options? Create view, make view, select view, insert view. Make view, wrong. Select, wrong. Insert, create view. Okay, right? Next, which of the following is not an Oracle supported trigger? Which of the following is not an Oracle supported trigger? A option, before, during, after, inserted. What is the syntax of trigger? Trigger name. Okay, right? Create or replace trigger name T1, for example, trigger name T1. Okay, right? After, okay, as insert, after or before, insert or insert before, insert before, after. Okay, or instead of. Okay, right? Before, okay, to insert the data before some condition. Okay, during. Next, after creation, after insert command. Next, instead of. Okay, column name. Okay, right? After, instead of. These are the trigger supported commands. Okay, right? Support కానిది in the option ikkada during. Okay, during, right? During is not an Oracle supported trigger. Okay, next, last question, a relation is said to be 3NF, third normal form. First, third normal form satisfy కావాలంటే first నార్మల్ ఫామ్ అనేది సెకండ్ నార్మల్ ఫామ్లో ఉండాలి. ఓకే, రైట్? ఇప్పుడు థర్డ్ నార్మల్ ఫామ్ పర్ఫామ్ చేయాలంటే ఫస్ట్ సెకండ్ నార్మల్ ఫామ్ సాటిస్ఫై చేయాలి. ఓకే, ఇఫ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఇన్ సెకండ్ నార్మల్ ఫామ్. ఓకే, సో ఆప్షన్స్ ఇక్కడ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఇన్ సెకండ్ NF, ఇట్ ఈస్ ఇన్ 1NF, ఇట్ ఈస్ ఇన్ 4NF, none of the above. Okay, right? A relation is said to be in 3NF, if it is in సెకండ్ నార్మల్ ఫామ్. అంటే సెకండ్ నార్మల్ ఫామ్లో ఉంటేనే మనం థర్డ్ నార్మల్ ఫామ్ని పర్ఫామ్ చేయొచ్చు. ఓకే, రైట్? నెక్స్ట్ సెకండ్ నార్మల్ ఫామ్ పర్ఫామ్ చేయాలంటే సెకండ్ నార్మల్ ఫామ్ ఫస్ట్ నార్మల్ ఫామ్లో ఉండాలి. ఫస్ట్ నార్మల్ ఫామ్లో ఉంటేనే సెకండ్ నార్మల్ ఫామ్ పర్ఫామ్ అవుతుంది. ఓకే రైట్. నెక్స్ట్ థర్డ్ నార్మల్ ఫామ్ పర్ఫామ్ చేయాలంటే సెకండ్ నార్మల్ ఫామ్లో ఉండాలి. ఓకే, దీస్ ఆర్ ద expected questions in RDBMS. Okay, right?